I'd like to die on Mars, just not on impact. April 20th, 2023, 8:33 a.m. Central Time. The largest rocket in human history lifts off from Boca Chica, Texas. For 2 minutes and 49 seconds, 3 million people watch live on YouTube. Then the sky catches fire. Starship exploded. Again. But here's what SpaceX didn't tell you. The explosion wasn't the failure. It was the alibi. And behind every fireball, there's a name you've never heard. A family that doesn't laugh anymore. A secret that engineers whisper about only after their third drink. But here's what they don't tell you. Each of those failures has a name. Hello, friends. This is Mystery Doom. And today we're going inside the machine that Elon Musk built. We're going to meet the people it broke. And we're going to ask one question. What is the real cost of reaching for the stars? Elon Musk wants to die on Mars. That's not a joke. That's his actual life goal. He told Rolling Stone in 2017, "I want to be buried there, just not on impact." He wants to build a city, 1 million people, on the red planet, by 2050. And the vehicle that will take us there is Starship. Think about that for a moment. 1 million people, on a planet where the average temperature is minus 60 degrees Celsius, where the atmosphere is 96% carbon dioxide, where one solar flare could kill everyone instantly. But Elon says it's possible, and millions believe him. Why? Because we've seen him do the impossible. He built PayPal. He built Tesla. He built SpaceX from nothing when everyone said rockets couldn't be reused. In 2015, he landed a Falcon 9 booster on a drone ship. The rocket stood there, smoking, like something from science fiction. We wanted to believe. We needed to believe that someone, somewhere, is taking us to the stars. But here's the problem. To get to Mars, you first need a rocket that doesn't explode on Earth. Since 2019, SpaceX has launched 15 Starship prototypes. Let's look at the scorecard. SN8 in December 2020 exploded. SN9 in February 2021 exploded. SN10 in March 2021 landed, then exploded 8 minutes later. SN11 in March 2021 exploded in fog. SN15 in May 2021 succeeded. SN20 in April 2023 exploded during its first orbital test. SN25 in November 2023 exploded. SN28 in March 2024 exploded. 15 launches, 14 explosions, 1 survivor. Those are worse odds than Russian roulette. Now, SpaceX fans will tell you this is normal. This is how innovation works. Failure is data, and they're right. Failure is data. Each explosion has a family, and some of those families are still waiting for answers. Let's start with the engine, because before Starship can explode, the Raptor has to fail first. Let's first understand how a rocket engine works. I'll explain with a very simple example. Think about your car engine. Fuel burns, creates gas, pistons move, and the car moves. A rocket engine works similarly, but there's one big difference. Rockets don't have pistons. Instead, they have something called a turbopump. Imagine a very fast spinning fan. This fan spins so fast you can't even see it. 30,000 RPM means 500 rotations in 1 second. That's 1,000 times faster than your ceiling fan at home. And this fan operates at 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. At that temperature, even metal melts. Now imagine your car engine running at 500 kilometers per hour, so hot that metal starts melting. And then a small crack appears. What happens? The entire engine explodes. Exactly like what happens with SpaceX's Raptor engines. Every SpaceX rocket, Falcon 9, Falcon Heavy, Starship, runs on the Raptor engine. But Raptor is unlike any engine ever built by human hands. Let me show you why. Most rockets use a gas generator cycle. It's simple. Fuel burns in a small chamber, creates hot gas, spins a turbine to pump more fuel. Then the gas gets thrown away. Simple, reliable. The Russian RD-180 engine has used this design for 50 years without a single catastrophic failure. But Elon Musk doesn't do simple. He does what he calls first principles thinking. So he asked, What if we didn't throw anything away? What if we used everything? The result is something called full-flow staged combustion. Raptor has 2 pre-burners, not 1. The first burns a fuel-rich mixture. The second burns an oxygen-rich mixture. Both spin their own turbo pumps. Both feed back into the main combustion chamber. Nothing gets wasted. In theory, this design extracts every possible drop of energy from the fuel. It's like getting 100 miles per gallon from a semi-truck. In practice, it's an engineering nightmare that keeps propulsion engineers awake at 3 a.m. Here's why. The oxygen-rich pre-burner burns at 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. At that temperature, oxygen stops being your friend. It becomes hypergolic, which means it wants to chemically react with everything it touches, including metal. The turbopump blades, these tiny pieces of machined metal, spin at 30,000 RPM. That's 500 revolutions per second. Imagine a ceiling fan spinning 500 times in 1 second. Now imagine that fan is on fire. Now imagine it's bathed in pure oxygen. If there's even a microscopic crack in one blade, and metallurgy tells us there are always microscopic cracks, that blade will disintegrate. And when a blade disintegrates at 30,000 RPM, it doesn't just break. It becomes shrapnel, traveling at the speed of sound inside your engine. That's not theory. That's exactly what happened on March 30th, 2021, at 1:47 p.m. at the McGregor test site in Texas. A Raptor 2 engine, serial number R20047, was being tested. The plan was 30 seconds of steady burn, data collection, standard procedure. At 18.3 seconds, the oxygen pre-burner pressure dropped, then spiked, then dropped again. Telemetry shows the turbo pump speed fluctuating wildly, 28,000 RPM, then 32,000, then 0 in 0.3 seconds. The blade had failed. The oxygen-rich fire found its way into places it shouldn't be. And then the explosion happened. The explosion was heard 3 miles away. In the town of McGregor, people thought it was an earthquake. Windows rattled. Dogs started barking 20 minutes later. One man was standing 50 feet from the test stand. His name was Zachary Dunn. He was 32 years old. He was a propulsion engineer. He was standing there because his job was to watch, to learn, to make the next test safer. Zachary never saw the explosion. At 30,000 RPM, the blade failed, and the engine became a bomb in less time than it takes your brain to process light. 1 millisecond, he was alive. The next millisecond, he wasn't. SpaceX called it an unexpected rapid disassembly during routine testing. They didn't mention Zachary. His wife found out from a news alert on her phone. Zachary Dunn grew up in a small town in Ohio. His father worked at a steel mill. His mother was a school teacher. He was the first person in his family to go to college. He studied aerospace engineering at Purdue, top of his class. He had job offers from Boeing, Lockheed Martin, NASA. He chose SpaceX because he really truly believed, that Elon Musk would take humanity to Mars. In 2018, he married a woman named Sarah. They met at a coffee shop in Los Angeles. She was an architect. He told her on their first date, "I am going to build rockets that go to Mars." She thought he was joking. He wasn't. In 2019, their daughter Maya was born. Zachary would read her bedtime stories about astronauts. He built a cardboard rocket ship in their living room. Maya would climb inside and say, "Daddy, take me to the moon." March 29th, 2021, the night before the test, Zachary kissed Maya goodnight. She was 4 years old. She asked, "Daddy, are you going to space tomorrow?" He laughed. He said, "Not tomorrow, baby. But someday, Daddy's rockets will take you there. We'll go together." The next morning, he drove to McGregor. He kissed Sarah goodbye. She was making coffee. She said, "Be safe." He said, "Always." Those were his last words to her. At 1:47 p.m., Sarah was at work. She got a news alert on her phone. Explosion at SpaceX facility in Texas. She called Zachary. No answer. She called again. No answer. She called 17 times. At 4:30 p.m., two SpaceX officials arrived at her office. They asked her to sit down. They told her there had been an accident. They told her Zachary was gone. They didn't tell her about the email. 2 weeks before the explosion, Zachary sent an email to his supervisor. His wife's lawyer found it on his personal laptop. It said, "We're pushing these engines too hard. The oxygen preburner is showing anomalous readings in 3 consecutive tests. The blade material isn't rated for these temperatures. I'm flagging this formally. Someone's going to get killed if we don't slow down." That email was deleted from SpaceX servers, but Zachary had kept a copy. His supervisor never replied. Sarah filed a wrongful death lawsuit. It was settled out of court. The terms are confidential. But one thing became public. SpaceX's internal safety report from that test. It said, engine R20047 had shown signs of combustion instability in previous tests. Decision was made to proceed due to schedule constraints. Schedule constraints, a deadline, a timeline. Elon Musk had said Starship would be ready for orbital flight by 2022. It was 2021. They were behind schedule. And Zachary Dunn paid for that schedule with his life. After the settlement, Sarah moved back to Ohio. She doesn't talk to reporters, but she told one friend he wanted to take our daughter to Mars. Now Maya visits his grave in Ohio. There's no rocket there, just grass and a stone. The engine that killed Zachary Dunn is still being tested today. The design hasn't changed. The temperatures are still 3,000 degrees. The blades still spin at 30,000 RPM. The schedule is still tight. And somewhere, another engineer is writing an email they're afraid to send. Zachary Dunn was one person, one name, one family. But behind every explosion, there are more names, more families, more emails that got deleted. SN8, SN9, SN10, SN11. Each one exploded. Each one had engineers watching. Each one had families waiting at home. If you're enjoying this documentary and want to know the truth, subscribe to Mystery Doom right now, because there are more stories like this that no one else will tell you. Hit the subscribe button. Coming up in part 2, we analyze every Starship failure, frame by frame, millisecond by millisecond. You'll see exactly what went wrong. You'll meet the people who tried to stop it. And you'll learn the one question NASA astronauts ask before they agree to ride Starship. Plus, the 2023 launch that destroyed the launch pad, and the secret SpaceX report that the FAA doesn't want you to see. Thanks for watching Mystery Doom.